victorious. A fighter who held titles in 2 divisions simultaneously, a feat that has never been done before. Conor McGregor redefined what it means to be a champion, with unmatched charisma.
Damon! 60 G's, baby!
Precision striking, and a left hand that made history.
Smiling. Oh! He slipped him!
Conor McGregor was born on July 14, 1988, in Crumlin, Dublin, Ireland, as the youngest of 3 siblings. Raised by Margaret and Tony McGregor, Conor's childhood revolved around his close-knit family and the vibrant streets of Dublin. Even as a child, he showed a fiery spirit and determination, traits that would later define his meteoric rise in combat sports. McGregor's martial arts journey began in his teenage years, when he started boxing to defend himself and channel his limitless energy. With a natural talent for striking, he quickly earned local recognition. Despite his early promise in combat sports, his path was far from straightforward. After finishing school, McGregor worked as a plumber's apprentice but felt unfulfilled, dreaming of a career in professional fighting. In 2008, McGregor made the bold decision to fully dedicate himself to MMA, leaving his job behind to chase his passion. Financial struggles and self-doubt were ever present, but with the unwavering support of his partner, Dee Devlin, and his family, McGregor persevered. On Ireland's regional MMA scene, his unique combination of confidence, precision striking, and trash-talking flair quickly set him apart.
As far as my family were concerned, as far as my mother and father were concerned, I left what was a safety net of a trade as a plumber to pursue a career in fighting.
McGregor's big break came when he signed with Cage Warriors, where he quickly made history by becoming a 2-division champion, holding titles in both featherweight and lightweight divisions, when he delivered his famous left hand, ending the fight late in the first round. This feat caught the attention of the UFC, and in 2013, Conor debuted on the global stage. The newcomer stepped in the octagon to face Marcus Brimage on April 6, 2013. An aggressive striker with a high-pressure fighting style, who was on a 3-fight winning streak. Early in the first, Conor's distance control was evident, with head movements slipping Brimage's strikes effortlessly. As a well-timed left uppercut found its mark, followed by a straight kick finding Marcus's chin. Conor then unleashing a series of perfectly timed left uppercuts, each landing flush and finishing Brimage in 1 minute and 7 seconds into the first round.
This kid's the real deal.
McGregor's composure in the face of Brimage's aggression showcased his maturity as a fighter, even in his UFC debut. 4 months later, Conor would face Max Holloway, who would later become a UFC featherweight and a BMF champion.
Holloway shows some more talent. Look at this. Holloway just told him, stand right here. Oh, big connection right.
Early in the first, McGregor utilized his southpaw stance, blasting Max with unpredictable long-range punches and kicks and managing distance control, eliminating Max's futile attacks. In the second, Max pushed forward more aggressively, only to get countered with precise lefts down the pipe.
Right hand there by Max, but he did it as he was moving. He didn't plant his feet, and there he did, but he got countered.
Halfway through the round, Conor's crisp and powerful left hand was on full display, landing on Holloway multiple times. Max attempted to kick, which allowed Conor to catch, take the foe down, and win the round convincingly.
Now he's in trouble. And now he's got to use his legs, push Conor off of him, and make sure that Conor can't get comfortable enough to land hard blows. Now he's controlling him again.
In the final stretch, Conor showed his wrestling skills, shooting and taking Holloway down. Max dug deep and jumped back up, only to be taken down again.
Beautiful takedown by McGregor.
A scary proposition to think of Conor McGregor as he continues to work on that offensive jiu-jitsu game, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu purple belt.
Full mount.
Conor totally controlled the remainder of the round, finishing a dominating performance against a well-rounded opponent. McGregor's hype was growing, which even had Joe Rogan excited.
Glorious Conor McGregor!
I've been in the UFC for a long time. I've never seen a fighter with only one fight in the octagon get as much hype behind him as you.
Most certainly, you know, wherever the fight goes, I don't plan nothing, you know. There is no plan, I just come in and let it free, but I knew Max is a tough competitor, and I knew he was going to give me some great exchanges, and he did.
Conor McGregor, you're a unique cat, and the hype is deserved, sir. Can't wait to see you again. Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen!
On July 19, 2014, McGregor stated he would blow everyone away, just like his ancestors did against the British.
In the war-torn Scottish Highlands in the 17th century when we were fighting off the British, you know, I believe my ancestors were doing that in them days. I am here doing that in the modern era, fighting on the modern gladiator stage in the UFC.
Diego Brandao did not take Conor's words seriously before the bout, as Conor promised the foe would not make it past the first round.
Yesterday, when he looked each other in the eye, he tried making me mad, and then he said, uh-oh, it's not work.
The fiery weigh-in set up a mouth-watering matchup, and the fans expected only one man to make it out of the octagon. Early, both fighters came out throwing combinations, looking for the knockout.
These guys are getting straight into it.
But it was McGregor who landed a devastating left hand.
Kind of just in range, but far enough away from danger as he starts teeing off. Brandao looks hurt.
Which dropped Brandao, staging a final assault, finishing Diego in the first round as he promised. Conor McGregor was becoming a rock star, and the Irish were loving every second of it.
If I got the chance to grapple with him, I would try and pass his guard, I would try to advance position. But, I said I was going to put him away in the first round. I put him away in the first round. What's next for me is I'm going to go backstage, sit down with Mr. Lorenzo Verdite, toast some fine-ass whiskey, and talk about football stadiums next. Football stadiums and world titles, that's what I want.
His confidence, charisma, and ability to deliver in the octagon captivated audiences worldwide, making him more than just an athlete. He was becoming a global icon.
And during his fight when he won.
You said the fight at one point was louder than a rock concert. Is Conor McGregor a rock star?
People like him.
At UFC 178, Dustin "The Diamond" Poirier vowed to deliver a beating to Conor McGregor.
Whip Conor's silly ass and then have some fish and chips and Guinness, you know, dedicate this fight to Ireland.
Poirier, a top contender in the division and a highly respected fighter, was seen as one of McGregor's toughest challenges to date. To add fuel to the fire, the animosity between the two was palpable, with tension so high even Dana White might have felt it.
What's up? That's good. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Never seen nothing like this, boy. Never seen nothing like this. I'm coming, man. I'm coming get him. I'm coming get him, Dana.
You know what's funny? Listen to this. I just started working out like 2 weeks ago. My chest is so fucking sore. And you two come running out. I go, oh, fuck.
When the fight began, McGregor wasted no time asserting dominance. In take no prisoners mode, he showcased flawless distance management and octagon control, leaving Poirier struggling to find his rhythm. Forced onto the back foot, Poirier attempted to land on the counter, but McGregor's composure and confidence were unshakable, punctuated by his signature smirk. Less than 2 minutes into the bout, McGregor unleashed his trademark straight left hand, staggering Poirier. Smelling blood, the Irishman pounced, unleashing a relentless flurry that secured a first-round finish. Once again, McGregor delivered on his promise of an early finish.
I'd knock him out in in the first round, and I knocked him out in the first round. You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Taking out a top-tier opponent with ease. With momentum on his side, he wasted no time calling out reigning UFC champion Jose Aldo, trying to set the stage for one of the most anticipated showdowns in UFC history.
If they want, I'll eliminate Chad Mini Mendez and step in and give the fans what they want. Aldo versus McGregor.
Next on McGregor's path of domination was Denis Siver. The Russian-born German, known for his striking and fiery demeanor, faced a formidable challenge against McGregor's superior size, reach, and precision. From the outset, Conor kept Siver at bay, utilizing long-range kicks, crisp combinations, and a flying knee that nearly sent Siver tumbling back to Russia. McGregor maintained relentless pressure, showcasing flawless defense and precise counters.
But it's much less effective. Nice high kick by Conor.
Midway through the first round, Conor even displayed impressive takedown defense, leaving Siver with no answers to his high kicks and calculated onslaught. As the fight progressed, McGregor stalked his prey with cold precision. The end came swiftly. Another flying knee rocked Siver, followed by a perfectly timed left hand that dropped him to the canvas.
That's what McGregor just did there. This could be it. This may be it. Conor McGregor trying to finish this fight.
McGregor wasted no time, sealing the victory with a barrage of elbows, cementing his dominance in spectacular fashion.
Being stopped. That's it. That's it. Conor McGregor stops Denis Siver. The Notorious.
At UFC 189, Conor McGregor faced Chad Money Mendez. Originally set to fight Jose Aldo for the featherweight title, McGregor had to adjust his sights when Aldo withdrew due to injury.
Tomorrow night, I'm gonna come in half and raise gold for Ireland, for my country.
Stepping in on short notice, Mendez, a powerhouse wrestler with explosive striking, promised to expose McGregor's ground game and derail his meteoric rise.
Conor's never fought a guy that knows he's the baddest man on the planet. I have that mentality.
The fight began with Mendez wasting no time, closing the distance, and taking McGregor to the mat. The American showcased his world-class wrestling, keeping McGregor grounded and landing heavy elbows that opened a cut above the Irishman's eye.
Beautiful shot by Chad. Connected. Beautiful right hand.
But despite the punishment, McGregor stayed composed. Getting up from the canvas, Conor pressed forward, winning the striking exchanges.
Mendez trying to duck under.
Starting to shift the momentum, only to be taken down again. Late in the second round, the tides turned. Mendez, visibly fatigued, attempted another takedown but left an opening. And finally, a devastating left hand that dropped Mendez. Finishing Mendez with relentless ground and pound, forcing the referee to step in. The Irishman was crowned the interim featherweight champion, fulfilling his promise to take the belt. However, Conor did not feel like the champ, as Jose Aldo was still known as the best in the world.
That left hand shot is as simple as that. Everyone breaks, and he broke. So in my eyes, Jose's gone running. If he wants to come back, he can come back, but I swear to God, his day will come.
Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
At UFC 194, Conor McGregor faced Jose Aldo in one of the most highly anticipated fights in UFC history. Aldo, the reigning featherweight champion and undefeated for a decade, was regarded as one of the greatest fighters of all time, who possessed monstrous kicks and lethal hands. But McGregor, brimming with confidence and charisma, promised to dethrone the Brazilian champ and end his legendary reign in spectacular fashion.
You're looking at the kid.
McGregor, how long is it going to take you to rip his head off?
It will be done in one.
From the moment the fight was announced, tensions ran high. McGregor's mental warfare was relentless.
You like it? It looks good, right?
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
Yeah.
Come get it.
You?
Come get it. Come get it. You little old fuck, come get it.
Taunting Aldo at press conferences and media events, planting seeds of doubt in the champion's mind.
So for him to say he is the king and I am the joker, if this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to whoop. But we are in a new time, so I'll whoop his ass in July.
Look into my eyes, little man. Little Brazilian. Ooh, vamos, hey. Look at what to say now, face to face. Man to man, look at what to say. You got nothing to say. You've got nothing to say face to face. Give me that. Spit on that.
By fight night, the stage was set for a clash of titans. When the cage door closed, the energy in the arena was electric. The fight began, and in just 13 seconds, McGregor delivered one of the most iconic moments in MMA history.
It's the new UFC featherweight champion of the world!
As Aldo lunged forward, McGregor read his attack, countering with a perfectly timed left hand that dropped the champion instantly.
Straight left, Conor McGregor, the notorious one.
In a single breathtaking moment, McGregor became the undisputed featherweight champion, ending Aldo's reign and silencing any remaining doubters. His prediction had come true. He didn't just beat Aldo, he dismantled him in record time, cementing his legacy as one of the sport's greatest showmen and most dominant fighters. At UFC 196, Conor McGregor was to face Iron Chin Nate Diaz in a fight that would go down as one of the most iconic bouts in MMA history. Conor was originally scheduled to face lightweight champion Rafael dos Anjos, but Anjos withdrew due to injury or was just scared.
Dos Anjos pulls out with his bruised foot, and then Jose is not fit, so...
Nate, a fan favorite who possessed elite jiu-jitsu, endless cardio, and a knack for trash talking.
Conor McGregor, you're taking everything I work for. I'm gonna fight your ass. You know what's the real fight, what's the real money fight, is me.
Taking the fight on just 11 days' notice, Diaz was seen as a long shot, especially against McGregor, who was just dominating. The fight was contested at welterweight, a division new to McGregor, who jumped up from featherweight and gained 11 kilograms in just 11 days to make it happen.
Conor doesn't care. Conor says, I will fight anybody, anytime, and any way.
The pre-fight build-up was electric, with both fighters engaging in a war of words.
What are you looking at? I'll strangle you in a heartbeat. And you as well, you little juice head.
Slap the shit out of you.
Give him nothing.
If he fucking even touches him, then it's on.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I ain't leaving.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
Fucking slap that motherfucker.
When the cage door closed, McGregor started strong, showcasing his striking prowess and precision. Conor was at his usual self, stalking his prey, and early in the first, the Irishman timed his patterned straight left hand down the pipe.
Another good left hand by Conor. That one landed.
Midway through the second, Conor looked in control. However, despite absorbing significant punishment, Nate kept moving, throwing jabs to keep McGregor honest.
Strong jab by Nate.
McGregor was starting to slow down significantly. All the beef he had eaten to make weight was taking its toll.
Now Conor is at less than Nate as well. Nate Diaz. Nate turned to Tanner.
Nate then pounced, and landed a 1-2 combo, shaking McGregor, forcing him to shoot for the takedown, a decision that played right into Diaz's strengths. On the ground, Diaz quickly transitioned, taking control with ease and locking in a rear naked choke, forcing McGregor to tap at the 4-minute mark of the second round. Despite the loss, McGregor's willingness to take risks and fight anyone cemented his status as a warrior.
With my energy, but I'm humble in victory or defeat.
While Diaz's victory catapulted him to superstardom, setting the stage for one of the greatest rivalries in MMA history.
How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz would meet again in August of 2016 at UFC 202. A rematch that lived up to every bit of its hype. The build-up to the rematch was fiery, with both fighters trading verbal blows.
You know it's gonna be a I don't give up. I don't give up either. I don't give up either.
McGregor vowed to adjust and prove that Nate's first performance was only a fluke.
That's it. You got very, very lucky. You might say he hit the lotto.
And Diaz, brimming with confidence, promised a repeat performance.
It's a new guy. So killer can't be killed again. USA, motherfucker.
Nate Diaz, ladies and gentlemen!
He's trying to act up and move like act crazy. Give me crazy. I'm where I come from, homeboy. Like everybody's crazy. So
the rivalry had become personal, and the stakes had never been higher.
Let's go! Let's go, motherfucker! Let's go! Give us your thoughts on this rematch.
He should have killed me when he had the chance, because now I'm back, and I'm going to kill you and your whole fucking team.
On the day of the showdown, it was clear that McGregor had come prepared and had slowed down on consuming that extra beef.
Conor McGregor!
From the opening bell, he took a more measured approach, pacing himself and carefully managing his energy.
Up with the leg kicks. Again, Conor. Those are brutal leg kicks he's landing on Nate. But he's always heavy on that front leg, Mike, that boxing-based style of his. He checked that one.
Yeah, check that.
Early in the first, McGregor's signature left hand found its mark.
And again,
dropping Diaz, but resisted the urge to rush in, choosing instead to stay composed and pick his shots. His striking was crisp and calculated, using leg kicks to batter Diaz's lead leg and disrupt his rhythm. McGregor's signature left hand found its mark, dropping Diaz twice. McGregor blasted a powerful left hook, which showed he was head and shoulders above Nate in the stand-up game.
With the leg kicks.
oh, he heard it again.
Conor was systematically vandalizing his American opponent, unleashing deadly combos.
Beautiful counter.
Conor is happy to wait for what's given to him, instead of hunting down openings like he did in the first.
After weathering the storm, the Californian refused to go away and began to find his range, landing his patented 1-2 combinations and walking McGregor down, pouring the pressure, pinning McGregor against the cage, and unleashing a flurry of strikes. Like their previous bout, Conor was getting tired, which Nate could sense and push the pace, dragging the Irishman into deep waters.
And he just rocked him.
These men have a great hunger, a great drive, and they won't leave it.
Diaz's cardio and relentless pressure began to take over, landing heavy shots, drawing Conor into wild exchanges.
And Conor countered with a left hand himself. And Nate tagged him with a 1-2.
Quick punches to the jaw. There's the big body shots. McGregor's in big trouble here.
Nate Diaz is
looking to finish it right here, right now.
For a moment, it seemed like history was repeating itself.
Big trouble for McGregor.
Only to be saved by the bell. In the fourth, the Irishman regained his composure, using his footwork and sharp counters to keep Diaz at bay. The leg kicks continued to take their toll, slowing Diaz down and giving McGregor the edge in the striking exchanges, busting Nate up.
Counter.
bloodied up, Mike, real bad. And he just ate another hard left hand by Conor.
As the fifth and final round began, both fighters were exhausted but determined. Diaz, bloodied and bruised, relentlessly pressed forward, while McGregor countered with his precision left hand.
Good combination by Conor. Nick shakes his head, but those shots landed.
The fight ended with Diaz attempting a final takedown in the closing seconds, which could have been pivotal in winning the fight.
Conor with a trip and Nate right back up to his feet. Nate turns it around again.
Redemption.
Beautiful takedown by Nate Diaz.
In the final seconds of the fifth round.
The judges scored the fight a majority decision in favor of Conor McGregor. Conor declared,
"Surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!"
The victory not only avenged his loss, but also solidified his legacy as a fighter willing to adapt, endure, and overcome adversity. Meanwhile, Diaz's performance further endeared him to fans, proving his toughness and ability to hang with the best.
I tell you what, man, his face was open up and he's still just coming. He's still just coming at me. You've got to respect that. You've got to respect Nate and the style of fighting that he brings.
Establishing him as a major star in the UFC, making him a household name. In the fall of 2016, McGregor was set to go up in weight class in a showdown with the underground king, Eddie Alvarez, for the lightweight championship. Eddie Alvarez, the American-born Puerto Rican, was on a 3-fight winning streak that included the dangerous Anthony Pettis and former champ Rafael dos Anjos. Conor was pursuing a feat that had never been done before, being a double champ simultaneously across 2 divisions, solidifying his place among the all-time greats.
Get that little boy belt! Get that little boy belt!
The fight headlined the UFC's first ever event at Madison Square Garden. The Irishman promised a performance for the ages, predicting that Alvarez wouldn't last long in the octagon.
I feel, Eddie, I've nothing against. Careful, be careful. I've nothing against Edward. Oh what? Careful. What you gonna do? I run New York. I run this whole shit. And Mystic Mac predicts I'm gonna KO you inside 1 round.
Alvarez, in contrast, dismissed McGregor as all talk, claiming he would expose the Irishman's flaws and break his will.
He's not a championship fighter, he's never been, and he's never, ever fought anyone in UFC like me.
And take Conor into deep waters.
A championship fighter, he only has 2 to 3 rounds, yet in your professional career, you've only went to the 5th round twice and lost 1 of them. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? That's the champ! Fuck you!
When time came to deliver, McGregor was in complete control. His sharp footwork and flawless timing were on show early, showcasing the giant gap in skill.
It is. He hurt him again. He hurt him bad.
Within the first round, McGregor dropped Alvarez 3 times with his signature left hand.
Seems to be one of those punches.
Alvarez, known for his resilience, tried to mount a comeback in the second round but found no openings. McGregor's distance management and ability to counter with pinpoint accuracy left Alvarez frustrated and unable to execute his game plan. Every time Alvarez stepped forward, he walked into a trap, eating clean strikes that visibly shook him. At the 3-minute mark of the second round, McGregor unleashed a deadly 4-punch combination, each strike landing with devastating precision, setting Alvarez to the canvas and forcing John McCarthy to step in and stop the demolition McGregor had unleashed. From the streets of Ireland to a world double champ, Conor had reached the top where other men could only dream of and delivered a famous post-fight speech.
I've already got this one. Where's the second one at? Cheap motherfuckers. 4.2 billion this company was sold for. Where's that second belt? I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. God bless.
The victory was a masterclass in striking and a testament to McGregor's ability to deliver on the biggest stage. With 2 belts draped over his shoulders, McGregor cemented his place as the UFC's biggest star and one of the greatest fighters of all time. By this time, the UFC had run out of contenders, and Conor would spend the next 8 months on a break. He welcomed the birth of his first child and became a father for the first time, forcing the UFC to strip both titles due to inactivity.
I knock people out, they don't fucking move. They're not, who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? Oh my God. I'm looking around, I don't know what anyone else has for me around here. I might have to jump up and fucking drag Floyd Mayweather out of bed and see what the fuck he's at again.
On August 26, 2017, Conor McGregor stepped into the boxing ring to face Floyd "Money" Mayweather in a crossover event that captured the world's attention. Billed as the money fight, it was a clash between 2 of the biggest stars in combat sports. McGregor, the brash UFC champion making his professional boxing debut, faced Mayweather, a legendary boxer with an unblemished 49-0 record. In the lead-up to the fight, the build-up was nothing short of explosive. The 2 engaged in a global press tour filled with trash talk, theatrics, and larger-than-life personas. McGregor promised to shock the world, claiming he would knock Mayweather out in the early rounds.
And August 26th, I'm gonna knock this out too.
Yeah, really. I haven't knocked nobody out in about 20 years. As far as the fight, he will be unconscious inside 4 rounds. The movement, the power, the ferociousness, he's not experienced this.
Mayweather, calm and composed, dismissed McGregor's boasts, confident in his skill and experience. When fight night arrived, the atmosphere was electric. Fans from both the boxing and MMA worlds tuned in to witness the spectacle. Early in the bout, McGregor came out strong, surprising many with his aggression and unorthodox style. Conor, who was much bigger in size, landed his famous left hand and looked sharp. An uppercut on the money momentarily halted Mayweather's forward movement.
A counter uppercut from Conor McGregor as Floyd Mayweather counterpuncher, and for him to land an uppercut as a counterpunch is rare.
McGregor kept up the pressure, controlling the center of the ring and throwing combinations that kept Mayweather on the defensive. However, the veteran boxer's strategy became evident as the fight progressed. Mayweather, known for his defensive brilliance and ability to adapt, began to read McGregor's timing and pace. By the middle rounds, Mayweather shifted gears, walking McGregor down and landing clean shots to the body and head. McGregor, unaccustomed to the long duration of a professional boxing match, was taken into deep waters and started to fatigue. His punches lost their sting, and his movement slowed. In the 10th round, Mayweather seized his moment. A relentless barrage of punches backed McGregor into the ropes, forcing the referee to step in and stop the fight, declaring Mayweather the winner via TKO. With the victory, Mayweather improved his record to a perfect 50-0, solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest boxers. For McGregor, the loss didn't tarnish his reputation. Stepping into a different sport and going 10 rounds with an undefeated boxing legend who is regarded as the greatest of all time earned him respect and admiration. Post-fight, McGregor praised Mayweather's skills, but remained defiant, saying, "I turned him into a Mexican tonight. He had to fight. He wasn't going to outbox me." The event shattered records, becoming one of the highest-grossing combat sports events in history. While Mayweather's victory was expected, McGregor's performance exceeded expectations, proving that he was more than just hype. The fight was a spectacle that transcended combat sports. While financially lucrative, this diversion from MMA caused Conor to neglect the lightweight division. The fight also exposed conditioning issues and a lack of focus on evolving his MMA skills during this period, which will influence him later in his career. Over a year later at UFC 229, Conor McGregor was to face the Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov, in one of the most heated and anticipated fights in MMA history. 5 months earlier, Conor attacked the bus carrying Khabib Nurmagomedov and other UFC fighters. McGregor, along with a group of associates, stormed the arena and threw objects at the bus, including a dolly, which shattered a window, injuring several fighters inside. Reportedly, Khabib's team confronted and surrounded Artem Lobov in a hotel lobby, who was a close friend of McGregor. Conor, known for his fierce loyalty, flew from Ireland to New York with a group of associates to confront Khabib. The incident led to McGregor's arrest and subsequent legal proceedings. He faced charges of assault and criminal mischief, but avoided jail time by accepting a plea deal. The attack added significant fuel to the already heated rivalry between McGregor and Khabib, culminating in their bout at UFC 229 later that year. Khabib, the undefeated lightweight champion, sought to defend his crown against McGregor, who was returning to the octagon after nearly 2 years away. Their rivalry had escalated to unprecedented levels, fueled by trash talk, bad blood, and the infamous bus incident.
Left hand, and that's it. What about the wrestling? What about the grappling?
Nothing short of spectacular.
The build-up to the fight was intense. McGregor, known for his verbal warfare, relentlessly targeted Khabib, mocking everything from his fighting style to his culture.
Jaw racked. Started to invest and pump money into his gym, so he started to grow in power. Started to gain this false power and started thinking he was a little hard man, tough guy. Then shit hit the fan with your man. He gets locked up and now there's not a bean left. Ali Abdulaziz, mad terrorist. Terrorist snitch. I know a lot about you as well, you mad rat. How's Noah? How's Noah, huh? Yeah, shut your mouth. Never speak about me. Fuck you, fool. Don't come at the king.
Khabib, composed but clearly fueled by McGregor's provocations, promised to make the Irishman pay.
Fight or my defend title, it's a little bit personal, it's a little bit personal than just fight. Of course I'm emotional too, but I have to control this. You cannot wrestle with me 25 minutes. How you can wrestle with me if beer cannot wrestle with me? Most important for me, what I want to make him tired.
Within the first minute, the Dagestani wrestler shot for a takedown,
Khabib got a hold of his ankles. He's got his leg.
pinning the Irishman against the cage.
Khabib looking to complete the takedown, and he gets it. Man.
On the ground, Khabib showcased his suffocating grappling, keeping McGregor on his back for much of the round and landing punishing strikes.
Breathe. Pressure on the chest, and then the overwhelming sensation that he can continue to do this as long as he wants, and that is exhausting in and of itself.
In the second, Khabib truly asserted his dominance. Early in the round, Khabib stunned McGregor with an overhand right. With McGregor wobbled, Khabib took him down again. Unleashing a relentless barrage of ground and pound strikes. The Irishman survived, but the round was a clear statement. Khabib was in control.
Nurmagomedov with a huge second round, likely a 10-8.
In the third round, McGregor showed signs of life, defending takedowns and landing a few clean strikes in the stand-up exchanges. It was the only round McGregor would win on the scorecards, but it wasn't enough to shift the momentum of the fight. In the fourth round, Khabib closed the show. After another takedown, he methodically worked to secure a dominant position.
And it's a big part of his grappling. It's not just grappling with his arms, but utilizing his legs for control.
Big left hands from Nurmagomedov.
Again, full mount.
Eventually locking in a neck crank. McGregor, trapped and with no escape, was forced to tap.
It's on the chin.
There's the tap.
The victory solidified Khabib's status as the undisputed lightweight champion, extending his undefeated record to 27 wins and 0 losses.
Again, ties up his legs, gets his back, drags him to the ground. Got his back, got his neck, got under the neck, was cranking his neck. It was really more of a neck crank than it was even a choke. If you look at it, he's not even under the chin. And Conor forced the tap.
However, the post-fight chaos overshadowed the record-breaking card. After McGregor tapped, Khabib stormed across the octagon, pointing and yelling at Dillon Danis, Conor's jiu-jitsu coach. In a moment of sheer madness, Khabib leaped over the cage, launching himself from the top as if performing a stunt in the WWE, and directly confronted Danis, igniting a massive brawl. Simultaneously, members of Khabib's team jumped the cage and charged at McGregor. Throwing punches in the midst of the pandemonium. The arena descended into chaos as security scrambled to separate the fighters and their camps, while fans watched in shock.
This is not something we're going to like, nothing we're going to condone. It's not something we want to promote. This is not professionalism, but it is the fight game to an extent. It can get nasty.
This is the nastiest I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is not how you want it to be in this sport. This is not how we want to represent ourselves.
Jumping out of the octagon like that and attacking someone in the crowd.
And I think
that is so stupid and so unnecessary and so foolish after such a spectacular victory.
And one of Khabib's teammates, I believe, Zubair Tukhugov, landed a right-hand flush on Conor McGregor in there.
The aftermath saw Khabib and McGregor escorted out separately, with both camps facing fines, suspensions, and widespread condemnation from the UFC and the broader sports community. Despite the controversy, the incident remains one of the most infamous moments in MMA history, further fueling the heated rivalry between the two fighters. The roots of the chaotic brawl after UFC 229 trace back to Conor McGregor's relentless verbal attacks on Khabib Nurmagomedov in the lead-up to their fight. He insulted Khabib's family, referred to his father disparagingly, mocked his religion, and even ridiculed his cultural traditions. These provocations struck at the core of Khabib's identity, not just as a fighter but as a devout Muslim and a man with deep respect for his heritage. While trash talk is a staple of the UFC's promotional strategy, Conor's comments crossed the line into deeply offensive territory, inflaming tensions between the two camps. For Khabib, the insults weren't just words. They were attacks on his honor, his upbringing, and the values he holds sacred. His leap from the octagon to confront Dillon Danis, who had also been antagonizing him, was not merely an act of aggression, but a visceral reaction to what he perceived as a deeply personal affront. By targeting Khabib's family and faith, McGregor not only disrespected his opponent, but also alienated fans who felt that such tactics undermined the sportsmanship and mutual respect that should define mixed martial arts. While his charisma and verbal skills have made him a star, this episode demonstrated that there are lines that should not be crossed, even in the name of promotion. After Conor McGregor's loss to Khabib, his behavior took an increasingly erratic turn. The heated rivalry with Khabib, which involved deeply personal insults and led to a post-fight brawl, seemed to mark a point of no return. He became involved in several high-profile controversies, including legal troubles such as an assault charge for striking a man in a Dublin pub. These incidents, coupled with his sporadic fighting schedule and social media outbursts, painted a picture of a fighter struggling to balance his fame, wealth, and competitive drive. Many fans and critics view this period as one of turmoil, overshadowing the brilliance of his earlier career, and were surprised when he was announced to fight at UFC 246. Conor made his long-awaited return against Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone in the card's main event. Cerrone, a seasoned veteran who was known for his striking, toughness, and willingness to fight anyone. McGregor came out with blazing intensity. Within seconds, he lunged forward and immediately clinched with Cerrone. In a surprising turn, McGregor used his shoulder strikes, a rarely seen technique in MMA, to devastating effect, landing 4 consecutive blows to Cerrone's face. These strikes broke Cerrone's nose and set the tone for the rest of the fight. As the two separated, McGregor unleashed a perfectly timed head kick. The kick landed flush, rocking Cowboy and sending him staggering backward. Smelling blood, McGregor swarmed his opponent with a barrage of punches, forcing Cerrone to the canvas. Once on the ground, McGregor continued his assault with relentless ground and pound. While impressive, Cerrone was past his prime, and the win did little to re-establish McGregor as a top contender. In the months to follow, McGregor faced more legal issues, including allegations of assault, public altercations, and lawsuits. These incidents damaged his public image and raised questions about his focus and discipline. At UFC 257, Conor was set to have a rematch against Dustin Poirier. 6 years earlier, Conor stormed through Poirier in their first encounter, but the Diamond had dominated in the past 6 years with 12 wins and 3 losses. Early in the bout, Conor started strong, landing kicks to Dustin's lead legs, shoulder strikes, and the famous left hand down the pipe. Dustin was being picked apart and decided to change the game plan and target McGregor's lead leg to slow him down.
But Conor's pressuring him here. Nice shots. I like back and forth from these guys. Spinning.
In the second, Poirier continued with his debilitating calf kicks to the lead leg, really impacting the Irishman's movements, shifting the momentum of the fight. Halfway through the second, Poirier pressed forward and landed a crisp hook, followed by a flurry of punches, hooks, and overhands, spinning the Irishman's head around and finishing the fight midway through the second round. While McGregor started strong, Poirier's leg kicks neutralized his movement, leading to a decisive finish. This fight highlighted McGregor's struggles to adapt to the evolving skill set of top-tier fighters. 6 months later at UFC 264, the highly anticipated trilogy fight between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier took on an intense, personal tone. The build-up was overshadowed by McGregor's return to his trademark trash talk, which included comments about Poirier's family, alienating some fans and raising the stakes for both fighters.
Like a dog in that octagon on Saturday night.
Is this getting personal for you at this point?
Nah, straight business, man. This is,
You're only a little bitch. Your wife is your husband. Joe Lee's wife. Joe Lee's wife. You little bitch of a thing.
You used to be a lot better than that, man. The trash talk was a lot better than that.
In the first round, both fighters came out strong, using low kicks to set the tone. Poirier, calm and composed, landed a sharp, straight left hand, showing off his striking precision. McGregor, however, came close to pulling off a submission, nearly locking in a guillotine 2 minutes in.
McGregor needs to give up on this guillotine and try to get back to his feet now.
Poirier gained the upper hand, landing heavy elbows and hooks from the top. As the round neared its end, Poirier threw a perfectly timed left hand, dropping McGregor to the canvas and nearly finishing the fight in the final seconds. McGregor attempted to plant his foot as he threw a punch, but his leg gave way beneath him, snapping on impact. The fight was stopped, leaving McGregor in agony and handing Poirier the victory by TKO, doctor stoppage. The ending was unfortunate, as the fight had the potential for another thrilling chapter in their rivalry. But McGregor's injury overshadowed the conclusion. While on the ground and in pain, McGregor's erratic behavior was still evident, yelling to Dustin,
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby, hit me back up, I'll chat you later on. You looking bitch, you little hoe.
further solidifying Conor's downward spiral. The loss, combined with the injury, raised doubts about whether McGregor could ever return to his previous form.
Saying I'm gonna kill you, he was putting his hand to his head like a gun. Like, bro, chill out, chill out. I'm trying my best to not take it personal, but like I'm saying, man, I know I'm making it seem like a big deal talking about this over and over again, but you don't say that type of shit to people. You don't say you're gonna kill somebody. You know, that I don't take that lightly, man.
Oh! Conor McGregor is the new featherweight champion of the world!
Conor McGregor is one of the most electrifying fighters to ever grace the UFC, captivating fans with his brash persona, pinpoint striking, and unparalleled charisma. However, like many who ascend to dizzying heights of stardom, McGregor has often been his own worst enemy, with controversies and excesses sometimes overshadowing his in-cage brilliance.
Jesus Christ!
Over recent years, McGregor's behavior outside the octagon has drawn as much attention as his fighting prowess. Following his infamous brawl with Khabib in 2018, McGregor's post-fight antics and legal troubles began to mount. He has faced allegations of sexual misconduct, including a 2024 civil verdict in Dublin, finding him liable for a 2018 incident, and he is also embroiled in a new lawsuit in Miami, stemming from similar accusations. These controversies have led to significant fallout, with several brands severing ties with McGregor and retailers pulling his products from shelves. Despite these challenges, McGregor continues to make headlines, attending high-profile events and hinting at future ventures.
You get a deal done today? Conor, how'd the meeting go?
Very well, very well.
Yeah.
It's looking good. We're going to support the show, and it's looking good, my man.
Can we get your first comment on Michael Chandler as the comeback opponent?
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Feel good, feel energetic, feel ready. You know, I'm throwing up my high kicks faster than I'm throwing out my jab. So I'm very excited to get back, all right?
When do you get to...
Now at 36, Conor McGregor is preparing for one of the most pivotal fights of his career, a showdown with Michael Chandler. This isn't just another bout. It's a high-stakes return to the octagon that could either reignite McGregor's claim as one of the sport's greats or cement his reputation as a fighter whose prime is in the rearview mirror. Against Chandler, a relentless and explosive competitor, McGregor has the chance to prove that the fire that once made him a global phenomenon still burns bright.
Someone else. I got one dude on my mind. Conor McGregor, you gotta come down and fight somebody. I am the most entertaining lightweight on the planet.
Thank you for watching Greatness Uncovered.